To import profiles from a Google Sheet, start by going to the settings for the directory you want to import the profiles to. Then open up the Integrations tab. Next, go to Google Drive and select Import from Sheet. There's a video of the tutorial that you can watch here. For now, I can see the first step is to share the spreadsheet with the following service account. What this means is that I take this service account, which I can copy to my clipboard by clicking Copy. I then go over to my Google Sheet, which is here, and I click on the Share button, that sharing option, paste from the dashboard, untick Notify People, as this is an automated account. And for importing, you can choose Viewer rather than Editor. If for security reasons you don't want CommunityBox to have access to editing the data. If, however, you choose to synchronize the spreadsheet, which is where CommunityBox will write updates back to the spreadsheet, then you'll need to select the Editor option here. For now, I just want to import profiles, so I'm going to select Viewer. Google warns me that I'm sharing the spreadsheet with an external service account. So I click Share anyway. Now I can go back to the dashboard, and the next step is to enter a link to the spreadsheet. This simply means going to the spreadsheet and selecting the link up here in the address bar of your browser. Copy the full link and paste it in the field here. Next, click Connect. The spreadsheet has been successfully connected. I can now select which worksheet within the spreadsheet I want to work with. In this case, it says Test Profiles here, which is the only spreadsheet that I have, the only worksheet that I have within the spreadsheet. If you have multiple worksheets, then you can select a different worksheet from this drop-down. The next step now is to map the different columns in the spreadsheet to the actual fields in CommunityBox. So over here in my spreadsheet, I've got various columns of people with the first name, last name, company name, location, biography, and an email. So if I go ahead and I click the Launch Import button, I'll get a warning saying that the following display name fields have not been mapped, and the name of the display name field here, business name. This is because in CommunityBox, each profile has to have a name. And that name is set up over in the form designer. I can see here that for the import test directory, the display name is made up of the business name field. So out of the various fields over here, I can choose in the form designer which of those fields make up the display name, and this becomes the main name of the profile within the CommunityBox dashboard. So whatever fields you choose to add to the display name here, for example, you could, instead of business name, you might have first name or last name, or both. Whatever fields you select here, data for those fields must exist in the spreadsheet that you're importing at a minimum. You don't have to have data for all the fields in the spreadsheet, but at a minimum you need to have data for the fields in the display name. Back here in the spreadsheet import settings, remember if I click Launch Import, I get told that I need to set a column mapping at least for the business name field. So I'm going to go ahead and do that. I'm going to click Add Mapping. I'm going to select which of my CommunityBox fields I want to map data to, and I will select business name. And now I need to add which column from my spreadsheet is going to map to that. CommunityBox will automatically read the first row of the spreadsheet and assume that the contents of the row are labels for each column. So when I click Add Column, I can see here that I have the choice not only of the column name, of the label, but also of the letter of the column in the spreadsheet. So in this case, the business name is going to be mapped to the company column over in my spreadsheet. Here's the company column. This has the names of the businesses. Now I can click Launch Import. By default, by the way, I have selected to import all rows. If I wanted to, I could instead specify a specific range of rows to import from. So I now get another error, saying the following rows were missing content in the display name column. as I said, you have to have data for the display name for each of the profiles you're importing. So I'm going to look at row 12 over in the spreadsheet. Here I can see that row 12 is actually empty. So I'm going to remove this row. Next, I'm going to go back here and I'm going to click Launch Import again. I'm still trying to import all rows in the spreadsheet. Get a message saying that all rows have been imported. I can check this by going over to the Profiles tab. And here I can see all of the profiles that have been imported.